Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Welcome to the Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
Now, what could be more fun than two busy blondes and some barbecue? Not much.
Not much.
Okay. Like there's a
On a
whole lot of
pretty
things that
day.
can happen in that. That's right. So we're so glad that you could join us. We're looking forward to a good time, and we're talking about where you're going. Now that we can finally go somewhere, we want to go somewhere. 70% of Americans say they are ready to go. They're ready to take a trip. So we want to make sure that you're ready to take your next trip or staycation. And so our show is really about where you going?
Where
and we're
are
gonna
you
tell
going? And what you going in?
That what you going in. So we're going to be talking with Brad Owens. He has Rocket Auto, and you need to make sure that you get your car tuned up, and he's got some tips about that. And then we're going to be talking with Cliff Milius. Cliff Milius is the Deputy Assistant Director over Louisiana State Parks. 46,000 acres of more fun than you can handle. And Cliff is going to tell us all the things that are going on, including a launch of Bogue Chitto State Park new mountain biking trails. You may have noticed the cover of Country Roads magazine where this is being featured. And so if you haven't been to our state parks, you got a lot to look into. And then if you don't want a staycation, we got our favorite travel friend coming to talk about
World Travels with Kathy. And
travel.
she has already been a lot of places around the world. She's going to tell us what are some of the travel restrictions, where can you go, what do you need to do to prepare for it, and you know what the hot spots are going to be, where people are dying to go to right now.
And we used to have her on like 2 or 3 times a year.
I know.
But
And
we haven't because we couldn't go anywhere. So what were we going to talk about?
I know.
But
I
now she's
asked her.
back
She has
tonight.
not been in our Partners One studio yet. So
That's
I said,
right.
well, it's been way too long then, because that means that last July when we started up here, she hadn't been on since then. So she's got a lot to tell us.
And one of our favorite reasons to travel is to go listen to live music. And you know how we love Louisiana musicians. We absolutely are thrilled that we can go and see and enjoy some music. And so we have Mike Shepard, who is the founder of the this wonderful book. He's the author, but he is Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. I'm tongue-tied, excuse me. Mike
You're just
Shepard,
trying to
Louisiana
rock
Music-
everything, Betsy.
You know,
I heard you were
I'm so
trying to
excited.
get the Louisiana Rockin' Hall of Fame. She was fixing to rename Mike Shepard.
Look, I'm so ready to get out. I'm so ready. So I'm a little excited. But anyway, we're so glad, Brad, that you could come because we can't go anywhere unless our car is working right.
That's right.
And you're a Partners One member.
I am. We've been a Partners One member for well over 15 years.
Yep. So Better Barter for Baton Rouge and beyond, and they're really expanding across the Southeast. But before anybody goes anywhere, what do they need to make sure? Because a lot of cars have been kind of sitting under the carport. People have been working from home.
Exactly.
And they haven't been putting the same mileage and really probably not getting everything checked like they should. So what do you recommend before people set out on the road?
Yeah, so people have not been getting their 3,000-mile check-ins like they were with their oil changes. So you really do want to take it to a reputable service center that is going to do a safety check on the vehicle. You know, oil, coolant, your AC, especially here in South Louisiana, but all the safety stuff too, tires, brakes, stuff like that.
Yeah, brakes are kind of important because you want to stop before you go, right? Yeah, that's right. And so we like the name Rocket Auto. You know, we're Rock It Right, but you're Rocket, all one word.
I love it.
Auto. And so you've been doing this for a while. Tell us a little bit about the history of your business and how you got started.
So we started off in just collision repair, and then due to the necessity of all the service and maintenance and the technology of cars, we opened up a service department just to kind of fully help our customers. And about 4 years ago, we decided to get into the used car dealer market and become a full independent car dealer where we can sell, maintain, repair the vehicle. We're really your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. And it just offers a lot of value to the customer.
And let's talk about your location.
We're right there at 12565 Jefferson Highway. So we're right down the street from Parkview Baptist. We're right in the middle of the city, right off Airline Highway. Easy to get to. So yeah, it's been good.
So if somebody's interested in buying a car or maybe selling their car once y'all give it the, full checkout, they could come to you and talk about that.
Yes, so we buy cars privately. We obviously sell cars. You could trade your vehicle in. We even do a lot of inspections. So if someone's buying a car private party and they want, some assurance that it's a good car, you can bring it into our service department and have it checked out.
Well, there's a lot of people selling cars on Facebook and social media and all that, and you really don't know what you're getting, unless you either have somebody check it out.
Well, and you have to really be careful, too. So we were talking a little bit, the things that you were seeing during COVID is that, one, just like people not having their health maintenance, which we said they weren't having their car maintenance, but you saw a little spike in car sales.
Yeah, so COVID hit, and like many other small businesses, we were not sure what was going to happen. Right. You always wonder, is your business recession proof? But with COVID and the special mix of stimulus money, obviously the service center went down. People weren't driving, weren't getting their cars maintained as much. And same with collision, where if you're not driving, you're not getting in accidents. But a lot of people did have time on their hands and extra money with the stimulus money to go purchase a nicer, newer car and kind of upgrade their vehicle, especially since their costs were lower, staying home. They had more money, and that was a nice treat for them. So sales has spiked and has not gone down yet. So that's been nice.
Well, that's a surprise. I wouldn't have thought. That shows true faith that things were going to turn back around, is that people are buying nicer, more expensive cars.
Right.
So as far as the auto sales portion of it, is there a certain type of car that you're looking for, things that you're looking for in the cars that you sell, certain makes or models that sell more than others or are more popular right now?
Yeah, so we mainly do domestic and imports, no exotics. We like to do reliable vehicles that are good for our customers, that we know that we can maintain in our service department, keep them on the road for a good cost and a good value.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your Partners One experience, how long you've been a Partners member, and how you've done business with other businesses that are somewhat related to yours, but maybe some that aren't.
Partners One has been a game changer for our business. It's not just the business interactions you have. I've got lifelong friends through Partners that have just become really close confidants, because in business, it's really hard to find somebody that sees the way you see things. And so Partners One has really been able to get a lot of like-minded people together that have the same goals. And we've done a lot of business, obviously, with the collision and service departments. But, my daughter went to gymnastics camp this week because they were off for spring break. And we just did some remodeling in the back of the office. And, being able to use Partners money for that and not actual cash out of pocket is huge, and I can't express enough how important that is, to be able to not have to use your own cash to go out and get things done.
Like gymnastics camp and renovation and
things
repair.
that you don't think about.
And it's good because you trust this company already, because they were already vetted through Partners. The board of directors had to approve them. So it's kind of like an Angie's list of approved businesses that you feel confident going, well, if Pete at Partners says they're good, I know they're good.
That's right.
So you don't have to second guess it.
Our experience has been wonderful as well. We really, truly have done business with Partners members who have been very professional, gone above and beyond. Their staff has been wonderful. So we can't say enough good things. And for the 20th anniversary, Partners One sponsored our show because they could not have their normal celebration, or the 20th anniversary celebration that they really wanted to have. So they've given us the opportunity to meet other business owners, small independently owned and operated companies, that we've been able to share their story.
I thought this was a great opportunity and so cool.
We do too, and we've met some wonderful people through it. So tell us about your background before you opened Rocket Auto.
So we had owned a couple independent collision centers and service departments, and honestly, when I grew up, I always wanted to own a franchise dealership. And so I was just always pushing to just let's get everything together, rebrand everything, and just make this one big dealership, but independently to where we're not being told how to service our customers. We can do it the way we want. Born and raised in Baton Rouge.
That's what I was wondering.
Born and raised in Baton Rouge, and just, I mean, it's a great community. I'm 30 years old, and you just know so many people, and you're being able to help so many people. It's great. People from church, everything, it's just constantly somebody needs something. Everyone has a car. Everyone needs it repaired, serviced, or they need a new one, or they have an extra car they need to sell. So, I mean, I've met a lot of great people through it.
And you're a young
cool.
entrepreneur.
Yeah, so I've been, at 30, I'm one of the younger guys in the game.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That is.
Since we're talking travel, do you have any places where you're like wanting to go as soon as you can make plans and things are opening up here?
Well, it's funny you say that. We've already spent a lot of this year catching up, traveling, where my brother's getting married this year. I have 2 in-laws that are getting married this year. So we've already been, last year kind of got canceled. So this year we've traveled to Austin, San Antonio, Destin, Pensacola already. So yeah, keeping your vehicle reliable and on the road is very important in that.
Yeah, because you've been putting some miles on them.
Yeah, I got a call from our pastor Sunday morning on the way to Easter service. Pastor's my future father-in-law, saying, I broke down on the side of the road and I'm not going to make it to church. I'm going to have my son do the service, but you need to come pick me up. So you can't miss things like that. You got to get your car in and get it checked out.
For sure.
So do you mind sharing where you go to church? Because that's a big community, and that's a lot of customers, too.
It is. I go to Graceworks Church in Gonzales. It's a great church, a great community of people. That's just a joyous, you always feel good every time you leave.
Yeah, we don't shy away from sharing our faith or asking our guests to share our faith, their faith. And it's just so important because when you're from here in Louisiana is a very small town state. And so we're all kind of interrelated some kind of way. So if you get a bad reputation in business, it follows you.
It goes
quick.
If
you have a good reputation, it follows you.
For sure.
So that's a really good thing. And so you probably have a lot of customers from Gonzales and outside Baton Rouge proper, but the greater Baton Rouge area, which encompasses 9 parishes, and people as far as 22 parishes away are hearing about you right now.
That's awesome, because what we do, buying, selling cars, we do get people from Hammond and Ponchatoula and Lake Charles and everywhere, because if you have a good reputation, but also a good product and a good price, people are going to want to come see you.
People find you.
People find you.
People find you.
Well, I'm really excited that you came, Brad Owens, with Rocket Auto. Thank you so much. And tell people how they can find you real quick phone number and your website.
Yep, go to rocketautobr.com, and you can check out our inventory, schedule a service appointment, a collision estimate, schedule a test drive, and if you just want to talk to us, 225-447-8500, and we'll answer and help you in any way we can.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and actually,
so
I have a car that I might be coming to talk to you about. So
We're
you
right
might
around
have a
the
new
corner.
customer right now.
Good deal.
Well, I thank you for being with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
We're going to be right back talking with Cliff Milius. He is the Assistant Deputy Secretary of the Louisiana State Park System, and he has got some incredible things to announce and share with you. And so we'll be right back with Cliff here on Rocket Right with Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K Solar. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore everything Louisiana has to offer. Fill her up and try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways and rediscover the character and characters that make our state a lot like nowhere else. Louisiana is a trip. Take one today and enjoy a close-by, far from ordinary adventure that's sure to feed your soul.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
You're invited to the first annual Flower Fest benefiting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Immerse yourself into this year's Louisiana Promenade theme as Point Marie Square is transformed into a floral haven, followed by a floral-inspired Louisiana Promenade Gala. Festival and gala tickets are on sale now at theflowerfest.com. Follow us on social media at theflowerfestLA.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris of Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, conveniently located off the I-12 corridor in Walker and Albany. If you suffer from sciatica, migraines, or other pain conditions, give us a call to see if we have a technique that best fits you. We have multiple techniques including chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, dry needling, rehab, and much more. Again, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris with Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, Walker, and Albany.
Where else can you take the trail less traveled at a pace all your own? Where else? Escape to one of Louisiana's 21 state parks for a picture-perfect getaway.
Where else can you be a world away and this close to home?
We're so glad that you decided to hang with us some more. We are going to tell you about so many fun things that you can do this weekend and for the rest of the summer. And we have Cliff Milius, who is the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Louisiana State Parks. And I can tell you that Cliff never stops putting together great things to announce. And he works for the state parks in every capacity possible. And I don't think there's anything you can't fix, hadn't moved, or put there.
I try.
I know.
I try real hard.
Boys, though, you're the everything guy for them.
That's what they tell me.
They tell you that.
I try. They give me all kinds of things to do, and I just got to figure out how to do them.
Okay.
So you work with Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser.
Yes, I do.
And you're his go-to guy.
I'm one of them. Yes, that's for sure.
Well, one of the things that we want to go to is Bogachita State Park. And so you may have seen this. It's just on newsstands for Country Roads magazine. And it is the cover story about Bogachita State Park. Now, people might say, where's Bogachita and what do they have? Wait till you hear about this. Go ahead, Cliff. Lay it on us.
Bogachita State Park is one of our premier state parks. It's one of our newest state parks in the state. You're looking at about 1,700 acres right on the Bogachita River. And I tell everybody, we have state parks across the state that have rivers, they have ponds, they have swamps, they have upland pine. This park has all of that. The terrain, it doesn't look anything like Louisiana. You get there, it looks like you're in the mountains of Tennessee. Our cabins are hanging off of an 80-foot bluff.
That's crazy.
You can go down and go tubing in the Bogachita River at the same time. You can go horseback riding. And now the big thing is you can go mountain bike riding. And this isn't like a mountain bike stroll through the woods on your mountain bike. This is unbelievable. It is going to be the premier mountain bike trail in the southeast of the United States. It's 14 miles, and it covers everything from the beginner all the way to the people that want to go out and That person is not me.
I was
To
going
get
to
on-
say, are they
crazy.
labeled like ski slopes so you know if you're going down the wrong way and you're a beginner?
Yes, they are. They are blue, green, and black trails. And I'll tell you, the
Got
black
it.
trails, that's not meant for me. There are some of those drops that are almost 20-something feet off of this thing. I'm not doing it. But it is really fun. And one of the things that's great about it is the way it's designed. It can be from a little kid all the way up to this expert. It can be all the way to the person who's never ridden a bike hardly other than just around the neighborhood. We've got a skills park there where you can actually go and learn how to make these jumps, or you can bring your small child out all the way down to a toddler and do what we call the balance bike course. So they can get on there and they can go over the little hills. They got a tunnel they can ride through.
Oh, crazy.
So you can actually come out and learn how to ride mountain bikes. It's not just about coming out there for the guy who really already knows how to do it.
Now, do they have mountain bike rentals so that somebody doesn't just try to, go down one of those trails with a regular bike that's not a mountain bike?
At this time, we don't have mountain bike rentals. We're kind of hoping that's coming because once this catches on, we have people. We're going to talk about the event that's coming up this weekend, but we already have, I believe, it's people from 16 states coming in this weekend to ride this thing when it opens. We're expecting thousands of people to show up.
So they're
this
excited
weekend.
about travel and getting out into the great outdoors.
Yes, our park.
Yes.
This park this weekend is 100% occupied. I don't even have a place to stay this weekend for the event.
Now, it's
Now, is that-
occupied
is that
with the
cabins?
cabins, RV, and camping, but you can still come in the park for free this weekend.
Definitely.
On Saturday.
Yes.
You just can't sleep there.
You just can't sleep there unless you've already got a reservation. Even our group camps, our pavilions, there's not even a tent site available at the park this weekend. And that's one thing that's awesome about state parks. I'd like to say it's all because of this mountain bike trail at Bogue Chitto, but every state park this weekend and this whole past week has been that way. We're running, almost at full occupancy statewide. People are really wanting to get outside. Everybody's buying motorhomes and travel trailers, and they're getting outside.
Is it the rentals at the other state parks and around, with everything filling up? Are we seeing a lot of Louisiana residents? Are we seeing a lot of out-of-state people coming to our state parks?
Right now, what we're seeing, and I got the number in front of me here, right now, Bogue Chitto State Park is 94% in-state visitors. So it's all of our people wanting to get out and go do a staycation, stay in Louisiana, get out and go see what's great about Louisiana.
And a lot of people probably have not spent time in the past going to our state parks for vacation, so it's a really new experience for them. I bet a lot of people it's
That's
new.
one of the things we have noticed before. Our visitation was kind of 70-30, and now we're running more like 80-20 across the state. So a lot more people in Louisiana are coming and staying at Louisiana state parks. Lieutenant Governor Nungesser has really pushed us to find ways to get people into the outdoors, throughout his tenure. And during the pandemic, that's been a big deal, is really trying to figure out how we can get them in here. So we closed down for a short period of time, but other than that, we have been open, and we found ways to check you in with, contactless check-in. We've had procedures in place to make sure our playgrounds could be open and our cabins could be open. And it's a great place. If you come out with your family, with your motorhome and your travel trailer, you can come out and stay because you're in the presence of the people you're living with at home.
Right.
So we have literally been booked solid this whole time. Our visitation numbers have been through the roof. We're being closed for a couple of months, plus some sites that were damaged due to natural disasters. We're still up 4% on our visitation for the year.
Isn't that incredible?
That's
and then the
great.
parks are starting to make money.
Right.
So they're starting to be profitable, and at some point they'll be a revenue generator. Is
Right,
that
and
right?
that's what we're shooting for. That's one of the things Lieutenant Governor Nungesser has really pushed us to, is trying to make the parks to where they become revenue neutral. And we've done that by adding amenities, by being able to make, upgrading our facilities so people want to come out and stay longer, working with our local partners, finding ways to do things on parks cheaper, working with sheriff's departments and local governments to help us with mowing grass and keeping up, picking up garbage, all those kind of things help us save money. And by doing that, we've got about 6 parks now that are running in the black for the first time ever.
First time ever. So tell us about what's going to happen on the 10th. Now, if it does pour down rain, the date will be changed to the 11th, which is Sunday, or
Maybe
if it's
push
really
back
bad
farther
rain, we
than
might
that.
have to push it back. But at this point, everything is planned for the 10th, for Saturday the 10th. And then they can still enjoy it on the 11th. But tell us what you have going on to welcome people, because it is going to be kind of a festival.
It is. We're trying to, it's really the grand opening of this mountain bike trail, but it's also to talk about all the things that are great about Bogue Chitto State Park and state parks in general. So we're going to open the park up at 8 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be a fun run walk. I believe that's going to be at 9 o'clock. And then starting at 10, we'll have all of our vendors in place. We've got about 28 vendors that'll be out there everywhere from the local coffee shop to Drago's will be doing oysters. We've got the bike shops. We've got our own state park interpretive rangers will be out there with live animals and touch tables. Wildlife and Fisheries is going to be there with tables to be able to let people just come out and experience. And then one of the things that's also new to Bogue Chitto State Park, it's not new to state parks, we've launched this in the last year, is Tenter, which is our glamping sites. These are these really fancy canvas tents. They come with a memory foam mattress and a heater and Adirondack chairs and picnic tables and all this, and you can do concierge service on them, and we're expanding that to Bogue Chitto State Park. So those are set up. They literally got set up yesterday, and half of them are already rented today.
That's cool. So if
neat.
you're someone that would go, I'm not really the camping kind.
I'm not really the sleeping bag on the ground.
Yeah. It's mainly because you didn't want to put up your own tent.
Right. You can go
buy
glamping.
it all and
Look, it's one of those things. If you want them to come out and set up your fire for you, they'll do it. If you want them to come out and set up stuff for you to do s'mores with your kids, they'll come out and do it. It's a concierge service. They have a person that comes out, sets it up for you, and brings you out.
That's my kind of camp.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So they'll all be set up there, and then at 1 o'clock we'll have everybody coming up, all the dignitaries to speak. And one of the things I've learned through this whole mountain bike process is we don't do ribbon cuttings on mountain bike trails. We do log cuttings.
You do what?
Log cuttings. So we're gonna be having hopefully we're gonna have the lieutenant governor out there. He's gonna take a chainsaw and he's gonna open the trail by cutting the log across the trail.
Okay.
We're gonna have that going on, and as soon as that's done at 2:30, we're gonna have what they're calling the Mega Zeph Mega Jam, and that is gonna be on the Black Line Trail. We have Red Bull will be out there with their armored vehicle that has a DJ booth in it, and they're going to set up, and we're going to have some professional riders out there riding, doing showing off stunts on the Black Line at 2:30. So that's going to be pretty exciting. All those guys are going to go out there and jump that stuff that I wouldn't even touch.
Yeah.
We're just going to call 911.
Yeah, we kind of laughed about that if we needed to have somebody on standby.
But that's really cool. I mean, that is really cool stuff. And Gnarly Barley is going to be out there with beer. So you got Drago's, you got Gnarly Barley, you got Red Bull, exhibition riders.
We got some local restaurants are going to be doing jambalaya and gumbo.
All free.
All free to the public. So we're asking everybody to come out.
Cool?
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
just come out and see all the things that is great about Bogue Chitto State Park. We'll have our tubing vendors out there, so you can learn about the tubing. We have horseback riding there, and you can rent horses there. So they're going to be doing. I think they're going to be doing some pony rides and signing people up and buggy rides. So there's a lot of things going on that day out there.
Gosh, if you're sitting home and thinking, what are we going to do this weekend? Now you know.
Yep. Pray for no rain.
That's right, and it's not very far to drive. Tell us a little bit about where Bogue Chitto is.
So it's basically sandwiched right between Covington and Franklinton. So
beautiful
from
area.
Baton Rouge, you're looking at about an hour and 20-minute drive, depending where in Baton Rouge you are. But it's an easy drive. Depending how you go, you can pass by the Global Wildlife Center and see all the animals as you drive by. But it's real easy to get to. We're right off Highway 25, so you can just follow all the brown signs right to Bogue Chitto State Park.
And so people can see what's available and not available by going to the website. They can go to lastateparks.com. And tell us, what is your favorite thing to do in the state parks? Other than work?
No, I don't know if that's my favorite.
I know you love it, but when you have a chance to have some recreation time with your family.
My favorite thing is probably to see people enjoy the parks. Because I started off by designing all the parks. I designed Bogue Chitto State Park, and that has a special place in my heart. But when you go out there and you see the people walking them and using them, and the families out there, riding their bikes and playing on the playgrounds, that's what it's all about. Other than that, it's a great time when you can go out and go canoeing for work, to learn, learn the river, or go out and find a place to put that, that fishing pier or that perfect put-in spot.
Well, I'm going to be there, so if you want to join Cliff and I, maybe you should come too, Kay.
Well,
we're
I'm not
going to
be in town, but otherwise I would be there because I really want you to I want to watch you go down one of those things on a mountain bike and make sure that it's a beginner one so that you're here next week. So.
Well, I'll have to eat some Drago's oysters and drink a little gnarly barley before I get the nerve.
Yeah.
But, it's going to be a great time. So we hope that you'll make a reservation early in state in our state parks. And we'll be right back talking with Kathy Pickerel of Kathy's World Traveling. Thank you, Cliff Milius, for being with us. And
Appreciate
come on
it.
back and share
Anytime.
more. Lots
Anytime.
going on. We'll be right back with Rocket Right with Hurricane Betsy and Dr. K. Solar. Hang tight.
My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. K. Solar.
You're going to love it.
Join us every week when we cover
Everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics.
health,
Music and entertainment.
local agnet.
Rocket Right Radio. You're going to love it.
Whitetail Properties is not your average real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor in Mississippi and LSU fan realtor Cade Taylor have teamed up. Their sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. If you're interested in hunting, ranch, investment, and timber properties, Whitetail Properties experts have the right real estate for you. Call Jeff Taylor, 601-248-9433, or Cade Taylor, 225-719-0495, or visit whitetailproperties.com.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore everything Louisiana has to offer. Fill her up and try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways and rediscover the character and characters that make our state a lot like nowhere else. Louisiana is a trip. Take one today and enjoy a close by, far from ordinary adventure that's sure to feed your soul.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
And you're back with the Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. K. Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes. And our medical segment is brought to you each week by Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. But today we've got a special health topic because we know that people have been wanting to travel and get out, and that is healthy for us.
Very healthy.
You know, because
there's statistics.
There are statistics that show that leisure time is very healthy for you, and we've been lacking in that. But there's been some health concerns with travel and a lot of changes that have been implemented in travel based on some health guidances due to the recent COVID pandemic. So I know you have been traveling and we're talking with Kathy Pickerel with World Travels with Kathy, and she has been traveling.
I have been since August.
Yeah, and I want you to tell us what are some of the changes, and I'm sure that from the time you started traveling till like last week, they've been different.
They are. They're constantly changing.
Yeah. So what are they right now, and what can we expect coming up that you've heard?
Well, I'm going to back up a little bit. Y'all remember what happened with 9/11. And travel after that was forever changed. Mm-hmm. That became the new norm. You know that with
With security,
TSA,
yeah.
exactly, Homeland Security, exactly. So we're seeing a new normal. And the main changes are the masks, which we've gotten kind of used to, right? We wear them everywhere anyway. Masks in the airport, social distancing everywhere, at resorts even, because the resorts are only 25 to 35% occupancy by law. So it's very easy to social distance. The other thing that we're seeing, of course, is the taking of temperatures, the sanitizing the hands, which again, that's our new normal. We do that anyway. Some of the countries are requiring that you have a COVID test before you go. And that's turning out to be pretty easy to get. And it's constantly changing. For example, some of them will require it 72 hours in advance, some it's 4 days, so forth and so on. So I'm constantly checking to see what that protocol is. The other change is, of course, the CDC guideline where you have to be retested to come back in the United States. Now, I think that that's temporary. I look to see an end to that soon, just waiting for that to stop.
So as a travel agent, do you help people find where they would get tested before they come back? Because,
Absolutely.
You know, it seems like our system is easy to work with, but it
The
would be
resorts
difficult.
test people for free.
Oh, great.
You don't have to search
Great.
for where to get tested. When you arrive, they tell you when you're going to get retested. You show up at a room on property, and they do it right then and there. I mean,
That's
it's-
fabulous.
And so when you were talking about the resorts are 25 to 35% occupancy by law, is that what you're seeing not just in the U.S. but in
That's
other
where I'm
countries?
seeing internationally.
That's what you're seeing internationally.
And in the U.S.,
Okay.
is there some...
I'm also seeing similar because like Dominican Republic has a different law than, for example, Mexico. So for the Dominican Republic, I think it's 35%. But regardless, we're seeing a mandatory decrease in population because of they want a social distance, they want to do it safe. You know, part of our job is not just to help people find a vacation, but to plan one where they can do it safely and confidently. And that's a key word right there, is confidently.
And what are you seeing as far as calls from travelers? Are you seeing that people are wanting to get out and they're wanting to travel? They're
my
just
gosh.
wondering where should I go and what is safe and how is it safe to get there? Do I need to fly, take a train if it's in the country,
Right.
drive myself?
If you
I
never
mean,
thought you needed a travel agent before, you absolutely do now. We had, as an agency, I have 13 agents, and we had over 600, maybe 700 bookings last year that we had to cancel or rearrange. Nobody lost any money. They either got their money back or they got a voucher to travel again. So everybody and everything was put on hold. And I was just telling Betsy, they feel like they were redheaded stepchildren in timeout for something that they didn't do. So
Right.
now they're coming out of the woodwork. They see that they can go. They are calling me to go to Europe. Unfortunately, I can't book them to most parts of Europe. I can't book them to Canada. It's used to be if you had a passport, the world was your oyster.
Right.
And now it's where can I go? And that is one of the things that we do is help people figure out where they can go. Right now they're going to the Caribbean. They're going to Mexico. There are some parts of Europe that are open. They're going South America. There's places in South America they can travel. And of course with fully vaccinated persons, they can now go to all 50 states, because before Hawaii, you had to quarantine for 14 days.
Oh,
Somebody's
wow.
there on a 5-day vacation.
Yeah, you're not going to quarantine for 14 days. I mean, that's like
And
your
that
whole
means,
thing.
that doesn't
Yeah.
just mean staying at your resort, it means staying in your room.
Like my son's
Right.
leaving for New York in the morning.
Right.
I said, check the protocols. Yeah.
And they're constantly being updated
Yeah.
and changed.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't
So-
hardly take a vacation and have
Right.
to quarantine for like 2 weeks. I mean,
And there's
you're
still a
lucky to
few
have 2 weeks
islands
off.
that are doing that, so we've been switching them from those islands when they've had, honeymoons and.
So where are the
yes.
hot spots? Where
That's what I'd like
are
to
you
know.
saying, hey, if you want to travel right now,
You
these are some
don't
good
have to
places.
have a COVID test to go to Mexico or the Dominican Republic. Everywhere else you do, but they're still going to St. Lucia, Antigua, Grenada. They're going to Aruba, the Bahamas. lots and lots
Costa
of
Rica,
places.
I hear a lot of people talk about Costa Rica.
Yes, it just opened back
Greek
up.
Isles.
Yes, they're open as well. Bermuda is opening up. Poland, of all places. Turkey, Croatia. So there's some amazing destinations that you can go to. And Iceland. They just opened up Iceland.
Let's talk about some of these destinations. We have some photos. If y'all want to show us the first photo on screen. Now, this looks like the good getaway. Where you don't have to worry about anything.
That's right.
Now, where is this?
About 5 minutes from Dollywood on Sevierville, Tennessee. We have mountain cabins.
That looks like a good family retreat.
It is, and we have them anywhere from one bedroom to ones that will hold an entire tribe.
Right. So you can drive yourself, you can get your car all fixed up and have a road trip.
Right.
Feel like you're outdoors. You can totally socially distance from everyone. And you know, the Smoky Mountains, that's a really...
They're always gorgeous. No matter what
it's
time of
always
year
gorgeous,
you go. If you go in the winter, you get snow. If you go in the fall, you get the change of colors. If you go in the
and you can do the whitewater rafting.
Oh,
and you can,
that's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, float in the rivers. A lot of great outdoor activities.
I am.
Oh,
I'm an adrenaline junkie.
These are the Northern Lights, is that right?
That's right. And that usually goes in the fall through early spring. I did get to see them in December of 2018, I believe, and they are taking fully vaccinated people with no quarantine.
Okay.
And that's only, by the way, 5 hours from New York. That's an easy flight.
Wow, that's crazy. I did not realize.
It's part of Europe, but it's only 5 hours.
That's my kind of trip.
I saw
Right
pictures
there.
where you were
That
videoing
is
and
an
you were
over-the-water bungalow at Sandals.
I want in the over-the-water bungalow.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Well, there's 3 that have over-the-water bungalows. 2 are in Jamaica. One is South Coast, one is Sandals Royal Caribbean, and the other is the Grand St. Lucian.
That just looks like amazingly
I know, and you don't have to
relaxing.
fly halfway around the world to Tahiti to enjoy this. That's all butler service, just luxury. And they have the glass floor where you can see the fish below your cabana.
So you can go for 4 or 5 days, or you can go for longer?
No, you can go for 3 even.
Really?
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks if you have.
And I've even had honeymooners that will book like a normal room, and then we'll book that one for maybe 2 nights just to have something special.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm hoping that if I get somewhere like that, I'm quarantined.
Right, absolutely. You have to quarantine there for 2 weeks. So now, of course,
everybody
Disney,
recognizes that.
And absolutely, everybody recognizes that, and and they're up and running. Do they have like quotas at the gates?
They do. You have to make a reservation to get to the park. You know, I say you've got to have a couple of college degrees now to book Disney. That's why we have job security. But we're authorized Disney vacation planners as well as Sandals certified specialists. But for Disney, you do have to have a reservation for each park. It's all done with your magical experience, which we help people set up. They're only allowed, I think, maybe 50% occupancy.
Which would be so much better if you're trying to get on a ride.
If you were going, that would be the time.
Passes. So, fast passes originally were to help you skip lines. Well, it's really not necessary right now.
If you've never taken your kids to Disney, this would be a great time to plan that trip a few
where
months
it's
in
not like
advance.
maxed out. So
Right. Just
Now,
so much fun, and that you can drive to that too.
You can drive to that, but it's also a really quick flight.
It is.
And so
Like an hour and a half.
You told me some really great statistics. We don't have much time left, but some really safety statistics as far as folks that
Flying.
are worried about. Yeah,
Right.
flying.
You are safer on a plane than you are in the grocery store. There were 1.2 billion people that flew last year, and only about 60 reported cases of COVID from a flight. The filtration system, the disinfection, the air circulation is so great. It's 3 times greater than I believe they said that is mandatory in a hospital room for cleanliness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
We're not
You're not
afraid.
going to get it on a plane.
That's wonderful. Name your 2 favorite places you've ever been.
Thailand and New Zealand. Notice I did not hesitate.
Yes, you did not hesitate.
And you do have some trips coming up that people can go on your website. So we don't have much time left. So we want people to look at the website.
WorldTravelsWithKathy.com, because we do list our trips and we have some amazing ones coming up. And you know, the sad but good thing is when we post a trip, is lately they've been completely booking within a week to 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
So if you want to book a state
people are
park,
ready
or
to
you
travel.
if you want to book a state park, you want to book a trip, get busy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Start
right.
planning and have something to look forward to.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much,
Oh, you're
Kathy.
most welcome.
So
It's always fun.
love hearing about places, and I like following you on Facebook too, because I can,
Live
see wherever you're
vicariously.
going. Yeah, because I know that you've checked out all the places that I might
I
want to go.
try. It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. I do it
Yeah.
just for y'all.
And we're going to be right back with Mike Shepard with Louisiana Music Hall of Fame on his new book, with a chronicle of all amazing musicians from Louisiana. We'll be right back.
I thought I recognized.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris of Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, conveniently located off the I-12 corridor in Walker and Albany. If you suffer from sciatica, migraines, or other pain conditions, give us a call to see if we have a technique that best fits you. We have multiple techniques, including chiropractic adjustments, massage therapy, dry needling, rehab, and much more. Again, I'm Dr. Ron McMorris with Elite Chiropractic in Livingston Parish, Walker, and Albany.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at louisianatravel.com.
Whitetail Properties is not your average real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor in Mississippi and LSU fan realtor Cade Taylor have teamed up. Their sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. If you are interested in hunting, ranch, investment, and timber properties, Whitetail Properties experts have the right real estate for you. Call Jeff Taylor, 601-248-9433, or Cade Taylor, 225-719-0495, or visit whitetailproperties.com.
You're invited to the first annual Flower Fest benefiting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Immerse yourself into this year's Louisiana Promenade theme as Point Marie Square is transformed into a floral haven, followed by a floral-inspired Louisiana Promenade Gala. Festival and gala tickets are on sale now at theflowerfest.com. Follow us on social media at theflowerfestla.
Where else can you take the trail less traveled at a pace all your own? Where else? Escape to one of Louisiana's 21 state parks for a picture-perfect getaway.
Where else can you be a world away and this close to home?
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time, and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, that says a lot right there. That this place is cutting edge.
Back to Rocket Ride. I am Hurricane Betsy Barnes here with Dr. K. Solar. And if there's one thing that we love, it is live music. And Louisiana has a wealth and a heritage for live musicians who have just contributed immensely to the reputation we have as a state. And so we have with us Mike Shepard. He is the founder of the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. And Kay and I have known Mike for a pretty long time.
Long time.
And he has got some stories. He really does have some amazing stories. And he just came out with his book. It's called Shepherding the Music. And I want to make sure you can see it. He's got a hardback and a softback version of it. And this is absolutely a fantastic collection of all the people and the stories that have created the heritage and the culture of music in Louisiana.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't that what it's about, Mike? Or is it something else?
It's about that. It's a lot about the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame and how it got started.
And how was that? Why don't you tell us that? How did it get started? Because it's been around a while. When did you start that?
Actually, Del Moon came to me in 1978. And Del was interested in doing something like that. And I talked to him. And I said, Del, I'm building 2 TV stations right now. I can't do it till I finish the stations. And Del went out and got him some expert music people. Won't go through the names. And Del managed to get not one person inducted and not one thing done, except he was promised a lot of money, which he never got. So when I got around to it, it was like 2003 or 4, and I said, Del, do you still want to be part of this? He said, no, man. I wiped out. I had to move with my wife to Atlanta, and I said, you going to be on my board? Yeah, I'll do that. Because he was the only person who had ever tried anything like it, even though he failed.
But the only way to keep things going is to continue to try and keep that heritage, those stories. And you have a great recollection of a lot of these musicians.
And Del and I had actually the same thought process in these people need to be remembered and not lost in the great mass of time.
Run down some of the inductees into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame, some from way back and some coming current.
Well, we can start with the cover. They're right there. Fats Domino, John Fred.
These are all Louisianians.
All. John Fred was my first inductee, which is a promise I made to him when he was dying in the hospital in New Orleans.
And he's known for Judy in the Sky.
Yeah.
With diamonds.
He's known for a lot of things, but he wasn't a one-hit wonder by any means. Louis Armstrong, my favorite, Governor Jimmy Davis.
Yes.
Huddy Ledbetter, Pete Fountain, Jerry Lee Lewis. Louis Prima.
Louis Prima just passed not long ago. Is that correct?
No, he's been gone. Doug Kershaw, Mahalia Jackson, which people contest all the time. She's not from Louisiana. I said she's only born in New Orleans and buried in New Orleans. That's from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Clifton Chenier, the father of Zydeco, Al Hurt, Irma Thomas, Webb Pierce, Aaron Neville, Johnny Rivers, Percy Sledge from here, Jelly Roll Morton. We're all from Louisiana.
Some good love songs written by and sung by all of those individuals, some amazing musicians.
Yeah, they are. And there's a lot more than that. In fact, our last one, the only one we did in 2020, we did right here.
Yeah.
That's right.
Amanda.
Amanda Shaw. So that fiddling phenom, we just love that redhead. She's awesome. So we were so excited on, I believe, December 9th to induct Amanda Shaw into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame.
That sounds right.
You did that with Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, and we were just happy to be here and be a part of it because there were new concerts where she could be presented.
No, I told you when we did, if you would just go mention to Billy, he's going to go for it.
Yes.
There she is right there.
That's right. She's the last one in the book.
Oh, she was able to make the book. How about
I made sure that happened.
Look at that.
And y'all did too.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're really excited to sell this book now because we're in it.
Well, I guess that means we got to buy one. Or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You know,
Okay.
like when you're in a book,
That's
you
right.
need like, a dozen
And we'll need to let the author, autograph it.
These last pictures were my attempt at a Hall of Fame in New Orleans. That's the Lowe's Theater on Canal Street,
Okay.
across from the Singer, which was not the oldest theater. This was. And a couple of my last inductees in 19, Lane Hardy
I was there for that one.
Yes,
Got
you
to
were.
enjoy that. Mm-hmm.
and John Schneider.
Mm-hmm.
So we got so much stuff in the book.
So a lot of people don't know that Louisiana has more Grammy nominees and winners than any other state.
I think that's true still.
Yeah. The Grammys were actually named by someone in Metairie in 1958. Wow.
I remember reading that. I never knew them, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. If anybody did, you did.
No, I probably didn't.
But there's a lot of history there. And so you've gotten to see really a transition in the different genres and also the influence that Louisiana musicians have had on rock and roll and every other type of music.
Well, I have a CD out called Good Rockin' Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And the basic purpose of the CD is to make my point that Louisiana invented rock and roll. The combination of gospel,
Mm-hmm.
Cajun, blues, rhythm and blues, rockabilly.
Well, Buddy Guy is in his 80s,
Mhm.
and he influenced the Rolling Stones.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Irma Thomas influenced the Rolling
Henry
Stones.
Gray played it, was it Mick Jagger's birthday party not too many years ago?
Henry's been around for years.
Hmm. He was in his 90s when he passed last year.
Well, Dave Bartholomew passed at 101.
So if people want to buy your book, and we're in it too. We didn't get the Hall of
Oh,
Fame.
wow.
But we're in
Yeah,
it.
'cause we're almost out of
Tell
time.
people how they can buy the book and how much the books are.
Okay, the hardcovers, the hardbacks are $60. I didn't even intend to have paperbacks. They sent them to me. I had to pay for them. So basically, I'm selling them for what I paid for them, $30.
Okay. And so you can go to Louisiana Music Hall of Fame.
.org.
And you can order your book. You can send a message
You can go
to
on the
Mike.
front page.
And we just are so excited that you could be here, and thank you. And just remember, if you're going to rock it, make sure you rock it right.
Now, I can't compare with that. There's two of them.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Rock It Right with Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is brought to you by these generous sponsors. Partners One, better barter for Baton Rouge and beyond.
Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, Advantage Health Solutions with Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, Hightower Dental Concepts with Dr. Leah Larson, City Group Hospitality including City Pork Brasserie and Bar, City Pork Catering, City Slice, City Taco, Rouge Creole, and Beau Soleil.
Talent 360 Consulting with Vicki Little. Jeff Taylor, Realtor and Forester with Whitetail Properties. The 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. Elite Chiropractic with Dr. Ron McMorris. Causey Medesthetic and Dr. Danielle Causey. LouisianaIsATrip.com, Take One. Beauvoir Park, and the Flower Fest Louisiana at Point Marie. Thank you for making our show possible.